Well, happy Tuesday, everyone. It's time for this week's video. Get ready. Well, today I want to read another comment on our Gospel Revolution private group on Facebook. That's Gospel Revolution private group. So you can search Gospel Revolution private group on the search bar on Facebook, and you'll find it, and then you can join it by just requesting to join, and we'll put you in there. The reason it's a private group is because it's totally anonymous to your Facebook friends and family. They will not know that you're a member of the group or that you're posting in it. So that is one of our groups. The other one is the Friends of Mike Williams and the Gospel Revolution group, and that is an open group where people can see. So I invite you to join, and I want to read from a new member of the group, and his name's Don, and I won't tell you the last name because it's a private group. But Don says, I am new to this group and so glad to find a group that I can share with and learn from. It has been a lonely road, but very fulfilling as I learn about the gospel of grace and peace. I recently had a death in the family, and I'm so glad I don't need to be concerned if he was a believer, as so many of my former Christian acquaintances would wonder. Yes, the truth is setting me free. Well, Don, welcome to the group. Welcome to the Gospel Revolution. It's very important, though, that he just said he had a death in the family, and so many of us have been through this. In our Christian upbringing, there were always those people in our families and or our friends who, if they died, you wondered, were they really a believer? Were they really saved? Are they really in heaven? And it can be very tormenting. I know from personal experience how that has been in my own life with just family members who had died while I was a teenage preacher preaching the Christian doctrine, and I myself worried about friends and family. What hit even closer to home was a long time ago. I had a friend who was 26 years old, and he was going through a divorce. He came from a very religious family, Seventh-day Adventist, so a rather fundamentalist Christian denomination. And he died in a motorcycle wreck. He got hit head-on by an oncoming car, and he had just been out with some friends and had a few beers before that. Alcohol may or may not have had a role in this. And his mother and I became very close after that, and for years, his mother, she worried so much that he was really, truly saved. She raised him in Seventh-day Adventist school. She knew he accepted Jesus as his personal Lord and Savior. She knew he believed in him. And I kept telling her, I said, Marty, her name was Marty, I said, Marty, you know he believed. You know he believed. Yeah, but I know he wasn't living right and everything else. See, this is the whole thing. We know that fundamentally, and everybody who argues with us fundamentally about the gospel that we preach, that they rely on some verses out of context about believing, and yet even they don't have faith in believing, because my friend Adam, he'd had some alcohol, which is a no-no with them, and yes, he was dating some different women while he was going through that divorce, and all of that was a lifestyle that his mom feared would send him to hell. This is the hypocrisy and the paradox of the Christian doctrine of believing and doing, because they're both there. They have a doctrine of believing and they have a doctrine of doing, and they don't even know their own doctrines mix. And thank God, because of the gospel of grace and the gospel of peace, all we have to worry about and we don't have to worry at all. Wrong choice of words. All we have to know is that it was all about one man's believing and one man's doing. And that was Jesus Christ. He was the true believer, and his obedience unto death resulted in the redemption of every human being who ever lived. Justification of life, righteousness, and everlasting life. So again, welcome Don, and welcome anybody who wants to join our groups on Facebook. We enjoy the conversations. It's revolutionary. Have a revolutionary week.